Yo, what's up, family? Yo, I appreciate everybody who was wishing me well on the last video. I do feel a lot better. So I'm hoping that all of your positive energy is really playing a role on me and I'm getting better. You can kind of still hear it a little bit. I'm still a little bit stuffed up and my eyes keep messing with me a little bit, but I am better than yesterday. So I do appreciate y'all. But in today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that will make you question reality. Oh man, already. Sheesh.
I get off work, there's nobody else, right? Every slot is open. Tell me why this damn ice cream truck gets gas right freaking beside me. And every slot, even every single one behind me is open.
This ice cream truck at night shit is getting out of hand.
It
So this
definitely
creator
is.
posted a video of her going to an almost empty gas station at night. And guess what happened? An ice cream truck that could have went to any other pump pulled up to the pump next to her. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
I get off work, there's nobody else, right? Every slot is open. Tell me why this damn ice cream truck gets gas right freaking beside me.
Okay.
Every
That shit is crazy.
slot, even every single one behind me is open.
Now you gotta ask yourself this. With all of those pumps that were free in the gas station, why park right next to her? Doesn't make sense, right? Now what's crazy is you have people saying that these ice cream trucks are responsible for the majority of the kids missing in Virginia. And guess where that video was taken? Yeah, in Virginia. Mind you, after she took this video, she didn't post for a day. And of course, TikTok was going crazy because they thought something happened to her right after that. You have numerous kids that's missing. You have cops trying to cover up these stories. You have ice cream trucks being filmed late at night like they're supposed to be working those hours. What ice cream trucks you know that work late at night? And then we could talk about the two girls that heard the ice cream truck at midnight and decided to follow it. These girls saw an ice cream truck in their neighborhood and they said, you know what, we're gonna follow it. They followed this ice cream truck for almost an hour. Until the ice cream truck noticed that they was following them. And then guess what happened? The ice cream truck started following them. Them being afraid, they pull into a store that of course was closed because it's late at night. The person who was driving the ice cream truck got out the ice cream truck and asked them, why are you guys following me? Who follows the ice cream truck at night? No. Who drives an ice cream truck at night with the music on and acts like they want customers at night? Needless to say, they told him about all the shit that was going on with ice cream trucks. But after that, guess what happened? Another white van started following them. They lost that van, and I'm guessing they got away safe. But this shit is about to get real. Something is going on. I'm out.
Yo, invasion of the ice cream trucks. What's really going on with these ice cream trucks, man? I didn't even know there was that many ice cream trucks in existence. Like I might see an ice cream truck once a year. That's it. It'll be random. And it won't be at nighttime. It'll be in the daytime on a hot day, and it makes sense. I'm like, oh, I got a couple dollars. Let's go get some ice cream. And that'll be it. I'll never see it again. But like they're constantly seeing these mobs. So something's really going on. And money baits. And take that sticker off your hat, man. What the skyline looked like before the storm this afternoon. Oh, these clouds are weird, ain't they?
Basic bitch, no passport, she don't know what a vacation is. Independent, she know what dedication is.
Yep, I would have had that same reaction.
All right, TikTok, what is the name of this plant? So once you touch it, it closes up.
Oh, snap.
And they all...
It look dead when it closes up, don't it?
So what is this called?
Never heard of it. I don't want to run into that plant. That looks strange.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Fried chicken, white rice, macaroni and cheese, a slice of cake, and you know I can't forget about the cold drink.
I just watched a fly take a drink from the top of my blue raspberry ghost here, and it sat there and rubbed its hands together for what seemed like an eternity. Then it leaned forward and rubbed its back feet together for the same amount of time. Then it flew off and made one circle and made about 1.5 feet and fell out of the sky and is laying dead down there. I think I had a heart attack.
Yo, stay away from the energy drinks then. Yo, I've never had a ghost energy drink. Right? I used to have a neighbor though, right? And I swear like twice a week, my mans would come in with a whole case full of ghost energy drinks. Now, I think he was a streamer because he would be up late at night on the game. And I did go over there one time. He had a nice little gaming setup. So I think he was a streamer. But still, though, a whole case in a week?
I remember you saying that fruit is the back door to spirituality. And the reason why is that as you remove the obstructions physically and you bring hydration, you're removing the obstructions to what? The flow of energy. So as you detox all this mucus out and all these proteins and acids out of the body, you start getting an increase of blood, nerve, and lymph flow. These are your main energy flows. And then as you get out of the mind and all the thoughts, now you've got spirit, or prana, whatever you want to call it, that life force flowing through you unobstructed. Because if you want to know, dis-ease is simply an obstruction of the flow of energy, right? Anytime you obstruct the flow of energy, you're going to have an X amount of dis-ease to that. You're going to have some symptom to that.
The perfect rainbow over Chicago. Yo, rainbows are still like, they confuse me, yo. And what I don't like about the rainbow is how they've turned it into something in a way, I don't want to say negative, but y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? And to the point to where not everyone can use it or wants to use that, right? And I think it's a special thing, a rainbow, right? Like it's different spectrums of the light that get shown all at once. But I'm just curious, is this a portal? And does this also show that we live in some type of dome? You know, because if the sky is water, then wouldn't that be a reflection of the rainbow off of the water up there? Because if you were in the sky, I guess, and that rainbow is shining and you look at the water down below, wouldn't you see a reflection there too? I don't know. I've never been that high in the sky to look down like that, but what do you guys think?
Next few years, AI is about to completely disrupt your entire life. Your job, your money, your entertainment, your communication, your transportation, and mass surveillance around every single thing that you do, say, spend, and eventually think. And it's coming soon, within the next couple years. So, if you have ever considered moving out into the woods and homesteading and starting over and getting away from all of this before it hits, now's probably a good time to look into it. Check this out, the Wilderness Long-Term Survival Guide. It's exactly what it sounds like. You open up this book and it's going to have pictures, it's going to have how-tos, instructions, everything that you need to survive in the woods, hunt for yourself, protect yourself, knots to tie, tents to make, all that shit. All in this one super affordable book. And if you want it, get it now before the end of the world. Click that orange shopping cart right there. Grab this for yourself and good luck.
Now he's going to make me dinner tonight because we're celebrating July 4th all week. And he's cooking for me. And we bought this beautiful sirloin from Brookshire's in Benton.
So I go to cut, I'm making beef tips again. And you can see the pot over there with the onions. But look at this, guys, look. So I look at this and it says Certified Angus Beef Brand.
Brand.
What is a CHO's tenderloin steak? Well, it's a tenderloin steak, but dude, is that, I mean.
What is that?
No, I'm not eating
it. Looks like freaking glued.
It is glued meat. That's what I think
it was a steak, but look, it's just solid. I'm not playing around, guys. This is nothing. I've never seen nothing like this. And I'm a butcher. I have butchered meat all my life.
And so he's about to go. He's going to our local Smith Family Farms to get us another sirloin steak, and we'll show you the difference. How about that?
Here you go, right here. Look, you see this garbage right here? Look, $35.51.
Never.
Right there.
Never.
Look what I'm doing with it right here. Going in the garbage, I'm dumping it. I don't trust that as far as I can throw it.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Yo.
And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off
What is
for a
that?
family of 4.
Okay, I'm saying this in so much seriousness. Get your kids off this app. The most disgusting thing just happened. I can't even believe this is real. I don't know how people can get away with this, but I literally was making a TikTok and I went to the filters because I kind of wanted like a like where it makes your face really bright, where it's like contrast. And I clicked this one because it had like white hazy on it, right? It's kind of like gray. It has like white haziness in the middle. And I click on it, and when I go to take my video, I click the filter, and you know what comes up? It's literal corn. Like hardcore corn. Like nothing is filtered, nothing. Like on this app. I didn't search anything. I didn't do anything. All I did was click a filter because it looked like it would have been cute. Like any kid could have accidentally done this. Like please be aware. Like I'm not a parent, but I'm a teacher. And like kids should not be on this app. And it's like, even if your kid's using your phone for a second, like clicks a filter, they could literally see that. And like people who are told to see this video are probably gonna be curious. I hope TikTok does something about it. But yeah, it was literally just in the trending filters.
Yo, we gotta get our children off of social media, period, man. It's just messed up out here when you think about it, right? Because, okay, you give your child an access to a phone or an iPad or something, and then bang, that opens the door to so much. And this is a crazy, evil, wicked world we're living in, so where they can disguise a filter on the app to be something completely different, right? Like, yo, I'm glad I've never ran into none of those videos, though. I've never ran into those. I see the people talking about how if you search certain things, it'll come up like that, right? I've never tried to search it simply because I don't want that in my algorithm, for one. And two, why? You get what I'm saying? So hopefully none of you guys have ever seen that either. Who the hell got a house for rent in my name? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I think I'm getting scammed. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Yes, I was calling about the house you have for rent. And the number is... My name is Ms. Allen. So give me a call. It's still available. Thank you. You have a blessed rest of your day.
Yo. I've never rented a house before. Someone's using my phone number somewhere. Hold on. Hand in hand. Ooh, whoa. If you know, you know. That's not hand in hand. That's wrist in wrist. You know, these little relief shows, right? It says the benefit for hurricane relief. There's something up with those because we about to find out. Yeah, that's what that is. That's something else. See it? Okay, it's not exactly that, but still. It's close. Yeah. So weird. That money probably going to all of them. When I think about it, it's probably going into their pockets or something like that. I can see that.
Who now face an uncertain future. Tonight, we want to help.
We're here to raise money, lift some spirits. When tough times hit, this is who we are.
Our phone lines are already open here in New York,
Los
Angeles, and in Nashville to take your calls and donations. So please call 1-800.
They got all the movie people on here, all the actors and actresses, right? All the stars.
258-6000.
An elderly man sat in his SUV as the floodwaters from Harvey started to wash away Interstate 10 in Houston. He was cold, scared, and all he wanted to do was get to his son.
These living beings stretched together until they reached his door.
Please give what you can.
What can y'all give? A lot. Literally, a lot. They could both give up half of their net worth and still be rich. Like very rich. You get what I'm saying? If Oprah gave up half of her net worth, which is a lot of money, like the whole Houston would be straight. Okay, I don't know about that, but that is a lot of money though.
Should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Yeah.
During a time where it's impossible to watch the news without seeing violence or racism in this country, just when you think it couldn't possibly get worse, natural disasters take precious life, do massive damage, and forever change lives, leaving behind contaminated water, flooded hospitals, schools, and nursing homes. And countless families are now homeless. In my hometown, people need food, clothing, cleaning supplies, blankets, shoes, diapers, and formula for babies. And of course, clean water. The elderly need wheelchairs and kids need books and toys so they can continue to dream. Natural disasters don't discriminate. They don't see if you're an immigrant, Black or white, Hispanic or Asian, Jewish or Muslim, wealthy or poor. It doesn't matter if you're from 3rd Ward or River Oaks. We're all in this together. Seeing everyone of different racial, social, and religious backgrounds put their own lives at risk to help each other survive restored my faith in humanity.
Beyonce talking like she is God again, as if people only helped each other during Hurricane Harvey to restore God Beyonce's faith in all us plebs and peasants. You know what I'm saying? These people crazy.
Seeing everyone of different racial, social, and religious backgrounds put their own lives at risk to help each other survive restored my faith in humanity. True healing is in helping. Please give what you can. The effects of climate change are playing out around the world every day.
Tried to post a TikTok to talk about something inappropriate I saw on TikTok, but TikTok thinks it's inappropriate for me to talk about this on TikTok, so they won't let me post it. So I'm just going to describe this to you. And on the bottom of your screen, when you swipe through the filters, there is currently a filter on there right now that it kind of just looks like a blank gray screen with like a little bit of a white haze in the middle, and that's all it is. And when you click on it, that's all you'll see, and it's like a green screen. But if you then touch it or like do this motion or anything on the computer, corn pops up, and it is very detailed up in there, corn, and it plays on a loop. And I'm just letting you know this because first of all, TikTok doesn't have a way to report filters, which I guess they just didn't realize that this is a thing that people are doing now. Secondly, if you hand your kids your phone, or if even you're sitting there with them and you're playing around with filters, it will pop up on you like that and you won't even realize it, and your kids are seeing it. So it's just something to be aware of.
See, the Earth couldn't be this spinning ball right here because 70% of the Earth is water, and water doesn't bend convexly around the exterior of a spinning sphere in a vacuum. That would defy physics, including fluid statics. Of course, also they say that gas pressure is bending around the outside of this ball convexly, right? That's what the atmosphere is, even though gases have no inherent shape, and that's a dumb term. The gas around the sphere would fill the available space because of the second law of thermodynamics. And the water always finds its level. That's called fluid statics. These are actual laws of physics that cannot be denied. But when it comes to the magic spinning cartoon ball Earth in a vacuum that only NASA can see, and we're supposed to believe even though they admit it's just cartoons, well, it defies all the physics. It has magical powers. And what gives them the magical powers is that we give them $60 million a day. That's right. NASA takes $60 million a day of our tax money to tell us that the Earth defies physics, and then they give us cartoons, and that proves it. How impressive. So if the Earth was actually a ball like this, then, well, the water would fall off of it because water finds its level. It's called fluid statics. And as it spins, the water falls off of it faster. So 70% of a ball Earth couldn't be water. That's dumb. Of course, we've actually measured the Earth and it doesn't have a radius of 3,959 miles or a circumference of 24,901 miles, because that means it has to bend at a rate of 8 inches per mile squared, which means you see the Earth curvature at 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So at 1 foot off the surface of the Earth, you just see Earth's curvature from 1.2 miles away. But we see horizons over 10 miles away from 1 foot off the surface of the Earth, requiring the radius to be over 250,000 miles. And they claim it's under 4,000 miles. What a clown world. Welcome to Clown World.
Clown
But
World.
Hey, guys, you should probably not listen to any empirical evidence or laws of physics because the government would never lie to you. They just took over this year and told you to be scared of oxygen, but they love you, and they did it to help you. The government has never lied except for whenever they started the Vietnam War with the false flag called Gulf of Tonkin, declassified in their own military documents, where they admitted that they set it up and lied and said Vietnam attacked us when we attacked ourselves. But that was the only time that the government's ever lied, except for also maybe 9/11 when they said a passport flew out of fire and it was unscathed and showed us where the bad guy was, and then we had weapons of mass destruction to justify a 10-year ideological war that never ended. But that was the only other time the government's ever lied, except for Operation Mockingbird, declassified from like the 50s and the 70s, that they took over the media and that they're actual agents as news anchors. But that's the only other time the government lied. When it comes to NASA, we can trust NASA. This is what the Earth looks like, because NASA said so. And yeah, NASA works for the government, but they're the one governmental agency that doesn't lie, because they went to the moon in 1969. They can't go back because the technology is a difficult process to build it back, and they accidentally destroyed it. And technology gets worse over time, and my iPhone 12 Pro has more processing capability than a warehouse of computers in '69. But don't worry about this. The government loves you, and they're just telling you the truth. NASA also means to deceive in Hebrew, but that's another coincidence. We should probably blindly believe them with our entire worldview. I would go back in a nanosecond, but the problem is, I'm going to invoke an emotion, pain. It was a painful process. The Earth's not a magic spinning cartoon ball that defies physics. The Earth's flat and stationary in the center of everything. I've been testing it for 5 years. I've been kicked off every platform you can name. Or we can blindly believe the government who took over this year, or maybe we can test it for ourselves and realize that the scriptures are true and the Creator loves you. That's right, the scriptures are true. I used to think it was a fairy tale. Comes to find out, it's right about everything, including the actual shape of the Earth, which is not a magic spinning sphere in a vacuum, because that defies physics. Believe it or not? Believe it or not, the Earth is not a sphere. They lied about the Earth. Believe it or not, you can still believe the Earth's a magic spinning cartoon sphere in a vacuum. It doesn't make it one. It doesn't change the fact that they lied. So believe it or not, fluid statics necessitates water finds its level. That's why the water's falling off the ball. How would it be sticking to a spinning ball going 1,040 miles per hour east of the equator in a vacuum? That would be antithetical to fluid statics, though. That's a natural law. That doesn't make sense. Well, let's talk about the gas pressure on the Earth then. Since water is too profound for you guys, we'll talk about gas pressure. We're breathing gas. That's how we're alive, because we're breathing. We have 14.7 psi at the surface level. In order to have pressure, it has to be contained. This is because the second law of thermodynamics. Don't worry, it's not too complicated. High pressure migrates to low pressure. So when I open a soda and it goes, psh, it's because it's equalizing to the lower pressure around it. High pressure always migrates to low pressure. You couldn't have a pressurized system next to or adjacent to a near perfect vacuum of 10 to the negative 17 torr, because the pressure would fill the vacuum. It's the second law of thermodynamics. They lied about the Earth, and they take $60 million a day at NASA to do so. And on their own website, they admit that they're not real pictures of Earth, they're just cartoons. So I'm crazy because I don't want to blindly believe in cartoons. What a cool story. No. That's right. NASA.gov themselves admit that they're not real pictures. They're just cartoons and computer-generated images. That's why we give them $60 million a day. It's 2021 and we went to the moon in '69, but we can't get real pictures of the Earth. Probably.
Where is this guy? This was 4 years ago. He just said 2021. Where is he at? Because he's dropping knowledge. I need to get him on a podcast. The way he throwing numbers out there, man.
Just a coincidence, though, because we know that the government actually loves us. That's why they took over by force last year and everyone complied and got scared of the air. It's because they were trying to help us because they love us. Look at that water finding its level. This is a fluke. We know water doesn't find its level. This is an anomaly over here because the Earth's a ball.
This is Cascadia Falls in Jackson, Michigan. They said it was established in 1916. And they said they built this Cascadia Falls in 1932. Yeah, right here. But really, if you look at it, it's a pyramid. It's a mound. Bigger than Monk's Mound in Chicago. I mean, Illinois. Right here. Cascada Falls in Jackson, Michigan. It's a huge pyramid. Right there. The falls. Right there. It's been here. They just covered it up and call it Cascada Falls. They said it opened up in 1932. Jackson, Michigan was established in 1916.
That's crazy.
16 years. And it's a huge pyramid, a huge mound right here. You're going to take a look at it. It's huge. Right here, and they always put the flag on top of stolen land, the corporation. Right here. 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Right here, you see the huge mound that they disguised as Cascadia Falls in Jackson, Michigan. It was a 150-foot wall covering this. Took them years to tear that down. Just to hide the pyramid, the mound. Right here, you see it goes up in phases. Right here. 150 feet. You go up there, they use it as concerts right here, right in front of our face. Our ancestral burial ground. It's right here, fenced in. Been dug in many years ago. Right, you see the intricate artwork, the stairs, that's the Jabberwock, the Potawatomi, Three-Fire Confederacy built thousands of years ago. They call it Cascadia Falls. They light it up, but it's a pyramid. It's a mound right here in Jackson, Michigan.
Hey, Cascadia Falls kind of reminds me of that cartoon Gravity Falls, and they have some crazy stuff in that cartoon.
Have the United Snakes of American Corporation thievery flag right here, because they know this is meaningful. Right here, Cascadia Falls, Cascadia Park, Jackson.
So I seen him park, so I blocked the corner. So I'm like, it's right there. I'm like, let me not even move. Oh, shit. So it's 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't think this is the same truck, but shit. Ice cream truck 2 in the morning is not normal. If you walk out and it's a regular dude, we chilling. Bro, this is so stupid. Bro, what the fuck am I doing, bro? What the fuck am I doing here? Wait. What the fuck?
Yo.
What the fuck?
These mubs was in there?
Come from the truck. They don't have a fucking license plate? Oh, nah. Should I follow him? Bro, TikTok, y'all got me doing this
TikTok got him doing vigilante stuff.
My shit's all 5%. I really hope they can't see me.
I'd have been peeped somebody was following me, though. That's just me. I got those type of instincts, right? Somebody hit two turns on me. Boop, boop. Oh, no, they following me. Time for me to hit a couple detours. If their names were Cliff and Claire Huxtable, then who were the Cosbys? Ooh. Your eyes
That's
red.
why Satan is always shown in red.
The chakras are not what you think. There are 7 vortexes which our consciousness feeds into our physical body. You have a mental, astral, etheric, and physical body. They exist within the etheric plane, which binds your spirit to your physical form. Hence why in the Bible they are known as the 7 seals. It states the Lamb is worthy of opening the 7th seal because the Lamb is Aries, and Aries rules the head region. To open the 7th seal, the 7th chakra, they're called the 7 seals because they seal your universal intelligence, your invisible consciousness. Each chakra has a vice which you need to turn into a virtue in order for them to be balanced. Saturn, Satan, the devil. This is why the devil is always red, because it represents the root chakra, which is low frequency. This is to do with your survival. You descended from spirit into matter. Now you need to climb back, turning vices into virtues and awakening each seal until you return to spirit again. What you just heard is only the tip of the iceberg. Book of Wisdom is the knowledge the elites never wanted in your hands, because once you use it, the power game collapses. This book bridges the gap between science and spirit, unlocking your hidden connection to energy, matter, and consciousness. And almost everyone who reads it experiences a shift. I've put the link below. Grab it now before it disappears.
Why is there a door in here?
Y'all, something major is happening with the planet, primarily having to do with the atmosphere, right? Because people are reporting all over the world exhaustion, lack of energy, lack of motivation, depression. And did you know there was a place in Russia that the people fell asleep for 7 days, y'all?
You tell us what you think is making everybody so exhausted, extremely tired. You know, somewhere over there in Russia or somewhere like that, there was a whole village that slept for 7 whole days.
7 days?
And they never really did come out and tell the real cause.
So the story goes, there is this village in Russia that fell asleep for 7 days after the earthquake. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there were some toxins or some chemicals that permeated throughout the air, and those people fell asleep. And they're not telling people. Nobody's really speaking about this, y'all. But that's not the only thing, y'all. So I used to work in healthcare, y'all, and people, they were expressing to me that the atmosphere feels different, that the air feels thicker and it feels hotter, that when they're breathing in, that it kind of like burns. Like, what? Like, I've never heard of that before. And then fast forward to a few years later, majority of the people are experiencing lack of energy, lack of motivation. It's like, what's happening? Something about this shift is very interesting, y'all. But how y'all feeling? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's get it.
Yo, I seen somewhere a while ago that UFOs or aliens or extraterrestrials had the ability to put people to sleep. Like, say for instance, if they came in your neighborhood at night at a certain time and they didn't want nobody to see them, they could put on like this certain frequency that would literally make everybody within a certain radius like fall asleep. Like, if you weren't just going, like, you're not just going to pass out like that, but no, you'd probably be like, oh, I need to go lay down or I'm going to go to sleep. I don't know if that's the case here, but it could be, especially with all this alien talk that we got going on.
Peace in.
You tell us what you think is making everybody so exhausted, extremely tired.
I don't know.
I don't know if I've seen anything more dystopian, you guys. Look. This is crazy. How?
What is this? A streamer store? All the cameras and stuff set up?
Just wait, you guys. People are on my... She started looking at me once I started filming. Unicorn snot. Bro, what the fuck is going on? This shit is so crazy. Yo, we got streamers.
That's crazy.
Literally in here. Fucking streaming on TikTok live. Bro, this is crazy. This is dystopian. This is...
Oh, I 100% was not going to respond to the multiple meteorologists that have resulted to calling me ignorant, calling me dumb, saying I'm nothing but a conspiracy theorist spreading misinformation. I was not going to entertain them at all on this app. But once I realized they were insulting my character and trying to play into this ideology that they are the only ones who can speak about the weather, I'm absolutely in need to address these two men specifically. I think what gets me the most is they never once disproved anything that I said. And here we are days later, surprise, surprise, and I was right. Nevertheless, for them to take my video, take pieces of it and just re-explain it is why it's so hard to be a black woman and a content creator, because no one else on this app who does or does not look like me has been treated this way. Why are they saying that it's eventually gonna go like that?
Hi, glad you asked that question. Hi, the name is Charles, master's degree meteorologist.
Boy, don't nobody care about that masters. Those letters that you get for going to school and memorizing things and pleasing your masters to get your masters. Nobody really cares about that, man. I really don't mean nothing. I'm just putting that out there. That just means you can go get a job. In my opinion, you could be way more educated than any person who has their masters. But because they have a piece of paper with a few letters on it, oh, they're going to get a better job. We don't care about that.
I was in the business as a broadcast meteorologist for over 6 years.
And you was on TV. Red flag. Timeout. Get him out of here. I don't even know what he's about to say, y'all. My bad.
Business now, but I still follow the weather. What you see is a graphic I made for a friend 2 days ago. Today's the 17th, Sunday the 17th of August. She asked me the same question in a non-conspiratorial way. So you
literally used the first clip of my video where I asked a question as you stated, and because you feel as though it was in a conspiratorial way, you decided to, at the end of that video, say that I was using willful ignorance and that I was being a conspiracy theorist spreading disinformation. However, you go on to, in that same video, explain exactly what I said was happening, but you used your meteorologist degree to talk about high pressure currents that were supposed to steer this hurricane to turn north, which it had not done, which in the video you stitched, I clearly stated. Already a monstrosity. Like, that's where it's at currently, and it hasn't even hit some of the hot 89-degree water up here. But why are they saying that it's eventually gonna go like that, like it's moving that way, but west northwest it's approaching going this way? And you, while you're on here saying that I was being willfully ignorant and that it's gonna turn north, y'all were fucking wrong as shit. Not to mention, I talked about how the water was hot and the intensification and the rapid intensification that was possible. And as you can see here, it was predicted to hit 90 miles per hour on Saturday, when in fact we woke up to 171 miles per hour. A fucking category 5 that did not turn north and still has not turned north. I'm not even going to talk about this man right here because his best punchline was, why should anyone listen to you? He clapped down on the GFS spaghetti models that have been really wrong and showed Eastern bias this entire time. And every single video that y'all put out, because it's multiple meteorologists, nobody proved me wrong. Nobody showed how the information I was stating was not true. Nobody said that, oh my God, you're doing this is not right, because it was not misinformation, it was not disinformation, it was not willful ignorance, and it was not a fucking conspiracy. It was the fact that you as meteorologists know that large hurricanes tend to move more west because of their eye. You know that too, there is a large margin of error in spaghetti models. That is why you use multiples. And 3, that Kona prediction that I stated was a prediction was just that, a prediction that was wrong as of right now. Every one of my videos, I quoted real data, real facts, real information, and provided examples of each, which y'all as meteorologists did the same shit but tried to turn it into your own words, which is absolutely preposterous to think that that's okay. Because we live in a political climate where the government, absolutely, people like you are on payroll to not disclose certain information. So that conspiracy theory tone that y'all are talking about is literally just me talking and not putting in the information y'all are not putting in. And you didn't prove me wrong. I was not wrong. Actually, it's still trending more west. But let you tell it, it was a fucking fish storm, and now somewhere on the coast is being evacuated because it in fact trended more west. So the next time you get on an app and call someone ignorant and dumb, you might want to just wait or at least watch the entire video. And that's all I gotta say.
Never know. Hey, yo, pass that crown to the real queen. You know the girl get it popping like a pill fiend.
Quit worrying about them bums with all those letters on that paperwork on those degrees, queen. Trust your knowledge and keep giving us the news, because clearly what you saying is facts. And we ain't worried about no meteorologists. We know how many times they've been wrong. And we know anybody that gets on the news. Come on now. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. Turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.